He don't want no smoke. He ducking smoke, T.I. said.
Now what you gonna do about that? Not going. I don't give a about how.
50 Cent just dropped the first episodes of his wild documentary about T.I. and King Harris, and he came in reckless with it. The footage is messy, uncomfortable, and straight up hard to watch. And somehow, it already landed in the hands of big names like Boozy, Rick Ross, and Lil Baby, and their reactions were savage. The clips show T.I. and King Harris in moments that got the whole hip-hop scene talking, laughing, and seriously questioning their image. To really get what's going on, you gotta rewind to where this whole thing started. This drama didn't just appear out of nowhere, it traces back to the idea of a Verzuz battle. For anyone who doesn't know, Verzuz is when two artists go hit for hit in front of a crowd celebrating their music catalogs.
I called my man out, he don't want no smoke, he ducking smoke, it's cool.
But this situation, it turned from celebration into straight tension real quick. The issue started when T.I. publicly challenged 50 Cent to step into that Verzuz ring. T.I. had been pushing for this matchup for years, and he even mentioned on $1 million worth of game that they had already talked about it behind the scenes. Back in 2020, during the early pandemic days, T.I. even wished 50 a happy birthday on Instagram.
I said, think about that, like, you wanna do that? I said, yeah.
But slipped in that challenge at the same time. This was when Verzuz was blowing up online, and T.I. used that moment to call 50 out directly in a video saying, "Pull your ass up with 20 of your records, man. Sit across from me, man." But 50, he brushed it off like it was nothing. Fast forward to 2026, and T.I. decided to push the issue again.
So I'm gonna jump out there first, and then you just gonna jump out there and we'll line it up. And he said, all right.
On February 6th, he pulled up to Nightcap with Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson, and the topic came right back up. T.I. explained that he originally wanted Gucci Mane, but after Gucci faced Jeezy, that option was gone. So he locked in on 50 instead. T.I. made it clear, saying, "I said I wanted 50. He don't want no smoke, though. He ducking smoke." That wasn't just talk either. T.I. claimed this wasn't random and that they had already discussed it privately. He even said, "Me and this Noka talked about this. I just ain't calling him out of the blue. We were moving around in Los Angeles selling some shows together."
I ain't gonna front though, like, I understand if his wife would have said some or if T.I. would have said about his wife or his female or whatever, and then he responded with that, but like...
According to T.I., the plan was simple. He would announce it first, and then 50 would back him up publicly. But when T.I. stepped out and made it official, everything flipped. 50 acted like he had no idea what T.I. was talking about and started clowning him online. That moment hit hard. T.I. felt played in front of everyone. He had already told the world this battle was happening, and now it looked like he made the whole thing up. T.I. later said, "When I jumped out there, he act like he ain't know what the FK was going on. Just say you don't want to do it. This shit goofy." Of course, 50 responded exactly how people expected. Petty and direct.
I mean, you see him, the gentleman, an ambassador of the South, has now I'm trying to get an update, Tip. You called out 50 Cent and said you want to do the versus
let me tell
battle.
you something, guys. Hey, listen.
Here we go.
Hey, look, let me tell you something, guys. I know what the most entertaining and probably the most relevant, humorous thing for us to talk about. And I guess we can talk about it.
On that same day, he posted a clip of T.I. from a 2010 Crime Stoppers commercial and captioned it, "I know Atlanta pick and choose who they support, but y'all gotta do better. Keep my name out your mouth." That post wasn't random. It was a heavy accusation, basically calling T.I. a snitch, which is serious in hip-hop. Instead of keeping it light, 50 doubled down, calling T.I. King Rat and telling him to stay quiet. T.I. didn't let that slide at all. He fired back saying, "You playing on my name when only one of us a rat in real life. You know I got your paperwork right. Get your head in the box or STFU. You soft son, you've lost my respect." At that point, this wasn't about music anymore. It turned into full-on war. And this tension didn't just start yesterday either. Their issues go all the way back to 2006, when both were at the top of their game. 50 leading G-Unit and T.I. claiming the crown as King of the South. There were always little shots here and there, but in 2026, everything exploded out in the open. Once 50 publicly threw that snitch label on T.I.
Yeah, who I wanted.
You want Weezy?
Nah, I said I wanted 50. That's what I said. He don't want no smoke, though.
Oh, Lord.
I called my man out. He don't want no smoke. He ducking smoke.
There was no coming back. But what really pushed this situation over the edge was when 50 started going after T.I.'s family. Things got personal fast after the accusations. T.I. clapped back hard, but then 50 shifted focus and started posting unflattering pictures of Tiny and making things even more disrespectful. One post included T.I.'s wife, Tamika Tiny Harris, with the caption, "I keep saying keep my name out your mouth." Okay, then he followed it up with a meme of Tiny and their son King Harris saying, "God don't like ugly." That right there crossed a line. In hip-hop, bringing family into it, especially someone's wife and kids, is seen as a point of no return. And once that happened, the entire Harris family got involved. T.I. didn't sit back at all. He went straight into attack mode. He dropped War, setting the tone, then followed it up the same day with The Right One, which hit way harder. On that track, T.I. went straight at 50's credibility, calling him a 5-0 dispatcher and claiming he had paperwork to back it up. That wasn't subtle.
People call me Tip, but this is about another kind of tip that can help our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, and our fathers help get the perpetrators who commit crimes against them off the streets. All you got to do is call Crime Stoppers Atlanta. Tips can be anonymous, and there's even a reward. The number to Crime Stoppers Atlanta is 404-577-8477. That's 404-577-TIP.
That was a direct hit at 50's reputation, and T.I. didn't stop there. He kept going, releasing 4 diss tracks total. War, The Right One, Lessons, and what? Bully. That's a full campaign, not just a quick response. But it didn't end with T.I. His sons jumped in too. Damani, his 24-year-old son, dropped a diss track called Ms. Jackson, using J. Cole's No Role Models beat and sampling Outkast. And on that track, Damani went in a direction that caught a lot of people off guard. Damani came in sharp with his verse, going straight at 50's late mother.
Falant's family find out about his death?
I told him. I called his mom first, then I told his cousin. I told his little girl.
How old was his little girl?
His daughter was 4 years old at the time. Five years old at the time.
And how did you tell his daughter that her father was dead?
He's in a better place and he won't be coming back. And I told her how much he loved her.
And how did you tell his mom that her son was gone?
Well, first I apologized. I apologized because, I felt that, all of those rounds were fired for me, in my opinion.
In a way that made people pause, he rapped, "Mother, are you happy with the way he'd been holding your family name? I need to know, cause I can't sleep at night thinking you died in vain." Then he turned it directly at 50 himself and ended with, "The next time you missing mama, I can send you right to her." That line alone had people talking crazy. Then King Harris, T.Y.'s 21-year-old son, jumped in and took things even further. He dropped "Ma Man" first, making it clear, don't disrespect my mother. But he didn't stop there. He followed it up with "Ouse," and that's when things crossed into dangerous territory. On "Ouse," King fired back in the most disrespectful way, even telling 50 to dig up his late mother. And it didn't stop at lyrics. He showed up in the video wearing a shirt with 50's mother on it while smoking.
50 Cent decided to wake up this Saturday, February 7th, on the dark side of the bed once again. And if you follow, I done spoke on that before, how I feel 50 Cent does not wake up on the wrong side of the bed in the morning. He wakes up on the dark side. And I say at least about half the month, maybe about 15 days, he gonna get it to the capital C's and go at some.
That visual alone had the internet going wild, with people split between shock and disbelief. At that point, this wasn't just rap anymore. It was personal on a whole different level. Between T.I., Damani, and King, they dropped multiple diss tracks back to back, all aimed at 50. It turned into a full family attack, not just one artist versus another. Rick Ross, who already has history with 50, jumped in just to stir things up, even joking that he wanted that same shirt in a bigger size. Meanwhile, Tina Knowles showed quiet support for Tiny, which pulled even more attention into the situation. And when 50 saw that, he responded by posting her picture with the caption, "I'm not gonna do it, but shit is getting weird." That move dragged even more people into the chaos. Even with all these diss tracks flying around, 50 didn't respond with music. He stayed on Instagram, posting memes, trolling, and keeping things strategic. That had people wondering, was he planning something bigger behind the scenes? Then King took it even further, past music and into paperwork. He posted what he claimed was a 2009 federal document tied to a murder investigation, suggesting that 50 had made an anonymous call to authorities. The document allegedly stated that the call was traced back to Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, who said he acted out of fear for his safety. That was a direct attempt to flip the whole snitch narrative back on 50.
Well, T.I. decided to respond and play into it and say, I'm going to use it to promote my music. He said, at 50 Cent, I don't fear my past. I'm too focused on the future. Top 20 in 2 weeks of climbing. Now, hashtag let them know that. King, I'm love, not liked. Hashtag my God don't play about me.
In hip-hop, that kind of accusation can destroy reputations fast. And the fact that it came from King, someone from the next generation, made it hit even harder. 50 denied everything, saying he never cooperated with authorities. But by then, screenshots were everywhere. People were debating nonstop, and the damage, real or not, was already spreading. King wasn't backing down at all, but T.I. started to look at the situation differently. In an interview, he admitted he didn't enjoy how far things had gone, especially when his son went all in. He said he had spent years trying to guide him, but now emotions had taken over. Still, I made it clear he respected his sons for defending their mother, Tiny, after she became a target. But when asked what crossed the line, I pointed straight at one moment, the shirt. He said, I said, that's enough. When I seen that t-shirt, that hit different coming from him. He explained he believes in treating people how you want to be treated. And even in a heated situation, there are limits you don't cross. For T.I., that shirt wasn't just disrespect, it was too far, no matter the reason. Even after everything, I made it clear, he still respected his sons for standing up for their mother. He said, I'm a logical, reasonable man of respect. I raise my children to be men of respect. But at the same time, he admitted emotions took over and things went further than they should have. Still, one thing he stood on was this. His family showed they were united no matter what. T.I. also shut down the idea that this whole situation was just promo for music. He made it clear he didn't need drama with 50 to get attention. According to him, this wasn't planned. He said he didn't go looking for a fight, but once his family got pulled in, he had to respond. Then he pointed out something that hit hard. He said the silence from 50 after everything was telling. I basically said if 50 had stayed quiet from the start, none of this would have happened. That line right there summed it up. This whole situation could have been avoided. But while T.I. and his camp were dropping diss tracks, 50 moved differently. He didn't go to the studio, he went behind the scenes. Instead of music, he started working on something way bigger. On March 5th, 2026, 50 posted and quickly deleted a message hinting at a documentary about T.I. and Tiny tied to past allegations. The headline read, 50 Cent reportedly developing surviving Ty and Tiny documentary, and his caption made it even more intense. He wrote, remember how quiet I got before the Diddy doc? I hope this doesn't mess up your promo tour. They're gonna ask about your 20 sexual assault cases. That wasn't random, that was calculated. When he mentioned the Diddy documentary, he was reminding everyone what happened last time. 50 was behind that project, and a lot of people believe it played a big role in damaging Diddy's image. Even the title being linked to the surviving format was intentional. That style of documentary has a history of shaking up careers, and 50 knows exactly what he's doing by connecting T.I. and Tiny to that kind of rollout. Reports say the project would revisit past allegations made against the couple between 2005 and 2015, including claims from multiple women. T.I. and Tiny have denied all of it, and it's important to note, most of those cases were dismissed, and there have been no criminal convictions. But here's the key part. This doesn't seem to be about court results. This is about public perception. And if 50 follows through with this, it could take the situation to a whole different level. If this documentary actually drops, it could be 50 Cent's ultimate move in this feud, the kind that flips everything upside down. He's not just a rapper anymore, he's a media powerhouse, and he's already proven he knows how to shake the culture with these kinds of projects. Just look at what happened with the Diddy documentary. It took over conversations everywhere. And the timing, that's not random at all. It's perfectly lined up. Ty's getting ready to release his final album, Kill the King, which is supposed to be his farewell to rap. This is a huge moment for him, and right when he's building momentum, 50 is hinting at something that could completely steal the spotlight. That's why this changes everything. If 50 really follows through, T.I.'s entire rollout could get buried under headlines about this documentary. So now everyone's asking the same question. Is this real, or is this just 50 trolling again? Right now, it's still unclear. The post was deleted and nothing has been officially confirmed. But here's the thing, 50 has a history of doing exactly this. He goes quiet, lets people think it's over, and then comes back with something big that takes over the narrative. Even the threat alone is already doing damage. People aren't just talking about T.I.'s music anymore. They're talking about past allegations again. And whether it's true or not, that shift in attention works in 50's favor. But I didn't back down, not even a little. He stepped up and matched the energy head on. On Instagram, he said, "We can go bar for bar, hit for hit, or doc for doc. Let's play. Nobody fears you over here." That doc for doc line, that was a direct message. He's ready to respond on any level. T.I. made it clear he's not intimidated. He's treating this like competition, not pressure. He even doubled down with another post featuring his family, basically telling 50 to keep exposing himself however he wants. Meanwhile, T.I.'s music is still making noise. His track, Let 'Em Know, is climbing charts, hitting strong positions, and getting major radio play. So while all this drama is happening, he's still proving he can deliver where it counts. T's final album, Kill the King, is already in motion, and even with all this chaos, he's using the moment to stay in the spotlight. Meanwhile, 50 Cent is playing a completely different game, and he's not stepping into a rap battle anytime soon. Despite T.I. trying to pull him into a full showdown, 50 made it clear he's not interested. In a post, he mocked the whole idea, basically saying old rappers chasing battles need to stop. He even joked, "GPT told me that I don't need me to rap. You need me to rap? Get the F off my page." That's classic 50. Dismissive, calculated, and still trolling. But here's the twist. 50 did respond on a track, just not how anyone expected. He slipped a few bars into the Power Origins theme song featuring Leon Thomas, even referencing the allegations tied to T.I. and Tiny. That's how 50 moves. He doesn't come direct, he plays chess while everyone else is playing checkers. And he's not done. In that same deleted post, he hinted that new music might be on the way. So even after saying he's not battling, he could still jump in the booth and shake things up at any moment. Right now, both sides are locked in, just moving differently. T.I. is pushing his album and keeping his name hot in music, while 50 is leaning into media, documentaries, TV, and social influence. This isn't just rap anymore, it's strategy. The big question now isn't just about diss tracks, it's about impact. Can 50 repeat what he did with past documentaries and shift the whole narrative again? And does T.I. have the backing to handle that kind of pressure if it happens? One thing is clear, this situation is far from over. The tension has been building for years, and now it's hitting a whole new level. Whether it turns into music, media, or something bigger, both sides are still active and watching each other closely. At this point, 50 has built a reputation for turning conflict into content and winning that way. T.I. says he's ready for anything, but 50's track record shows he doesn't just talk, he executes. And in 2026, the biggest weapon in a rap beef might not even be a diss track anymore. It might be a full documentary that changes how the world sees you. This is still unfolding and things could flip at any moment, so stay locked in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share so you don't miss what happens next.